Whether you are new to Azure or have been using Azure for a while, you need to be conscious about how much you are spending on Azure services. Please follow along with me in this video so you can learn how to manage your subscription in order to keep your money spending on Azure services under control. The first thing that we are going to see is the cost analysis. Cost analysis is under cost management, which thereby going to more services, and then we have management and governance. There we see cost management and billing. So under cost management and billing, we have our last billed amount. So, but we are more interested on the left blade here. We are going to click on cost management. Here under cost management, this is where we can see our scope that we are looking for. So there, the most what you are going to see in this tutorial is cost analysis. Here in cost analysis, yeah, we're still in the scope. Here we can change the scope of what you are trying to search for. Maybe we need to check the costs on another subscription, so we change it by here. Sometimes we might have many subscriptions that are accumulated under what we call management group. Yeah, so I'm satisfied with this scope. This is the scope that I need to check the cost for. And then while here in the cost analysis, we have actual costs. This is my actual cost as of now. It's 63 krona, 0.20 or $6 approximately. And then we have the forecasts that we have also the forecast amount. And then here on the view, we have accumulated the costs. Here on the accumulated costs, if I click on the accumulated costs, I can see cost by resource, cost by daily cost by service. Yeah, let's try to check the cost by resource. If we come here to the cost by resource, here we see that there is a virtual machine, for example, is costing me this amount, 5 krona. We can see a certain DNS zone is costing me this amount. Yeah, so it's very important to see the resource, where in which resource group this is located, in which geographical location this one is located, and then which resource group, and if you have put n tag, so tags will appear as well. Yeah, so here you can check anything cost by service and everything. So but now what we are going to check, we are coming back to the accumulated costs here, and then we can also put the period that we want to check. You can see the current billing period, you can check the last invoice, we can check this month. So it's a lot of options that we can choose for when we are trying to check the costs the cost associated to our usage, our service usage in Azure. So another important thing here, while we are still in a cost analysis, we can add a filter. We can filter to see different costs by different things: service names, service invoice number, or billing period. But most importantly, we can see the tags. If we have a certain tags in our resource groups or in our resources, so we can try to check the costs by tags. So tags are very important in Azure as well when we are trying to search the costs that are being associated by our services. In one of my tutorials, we are going to have a tutorial on how to put tags. So yeah, that's what we can see in cost analysis. Now the next thing you are going to see is the budget. The budget, we check the budget by going here on the left, still on the left blade, and then we see there is a budget. We click on it, and here we can see that we can add a budget. We're going to add a budget. So when we add the budget here, we give it a name. Let's say I'm gonna give it a name like a February budget, and then another important thing for us is the amount for that budget. Let's put 500, and then we click next. So here we have the possibility to set whenever we reach 500 of 100% of our budgets. In this case, it's 500 Norwegian krone or $50. So if I can just 100%, whenever 100% is reached, that means the amount will be 500. Or if I can say like 80% of the amount that I choose, when I reach 80% of 500, in other way 400, then send me an email. So that's here we put an email. So you will send it's going to send me an email on olivent@yahoo.co.uk. That's where I want the email to be sent. And then when we're done here, so we click create. Yeah, so now our budget is done. So that's how to do the budget. The third thing that you are going to check is what you call the advanced recommendations. So if we come here advanced recommendations, we find it under the budget. So it's in the same blade. So advanced recommendations, this is where it tells us what we need to do, which services we need to shut down that are not in use. So it's very, very important. So as of me, you can see that here I'm following what is required. That's why I don't see any recommendations as of now. Here we see the list of cost recommendations. If we click on this list of cost recommendations, there we see what we can do in order to keep our spending under control. We see, for example, that we can, for example, shut down a virtual machine that is not being in use. We can, for example, there's a list of things that just can, for example, delete any public IP address in order to save money. If we are any public IP address that is not associated with any virtual machines or with any virtual network, or anyway, any public IP address that is not associated with anything, so we really need to delete it. We don't need it. So it's a lot of things to follow here. So I'm going to put the link here under the description of this video, so that you can check yourself a list of what you can do in order to keep your spending under control. Yeah, so if we come back in our Azure portal, so yeah, we are pretty much done with this tutorial. But just kind of recap, so we have seen how to configure cost analysis. We have seen how to configure budgets, and we have seen how advanced recommendations is very important by giving us best practice. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video tutorial.